All right, you got us now, T-Bob, right? You got us now?
Okay, I can hear y'all. Is there an echo?
Nope.
Because I had to take out my headphones.
Nope, we're all good. Everything's perfect,
not at
man.
all, not
Everything's
at all.
perfect.
Do you have a good walk-on story from the original walk-ons in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've gotten very drunk there a lot of times.
Yeah.
An incredible setup for game day. It's always, I mean, it is like your LSU P1s. I would say, actually, one of my best memories, before I moved to Chicago, I had my going away party there, and it was like a procession of so many close friends and relationships that I built through the years, and it was, it's probably a memory that I'll carry with me through the to the rest of my life. Even though I remember like 15 years ago, ESPN. Now I've never thought of this. ESPN College Game Day, the radio show when Russillo was hosting it, was came through there, and I got to basically be a little runner for the day for Russillo and company, and that was very fun. It was like Trevor Maddich, Russillo, I can't remember who else, but that was a very good time.
God, I did that.
Brad Edwards, right?
I did that in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, Brad Edwards.
Yeah,
I did that one time in Tuscaloosa, and they sent me on a sandwich run. And who was the other guy? Not
Trevor Maddich.
Trevor. I got 2 foot longs. He wanted 2 foot longs. Yeah.
I just remember Trevor Maddich had like the biggest hands that I've
Yes.
ever seen in my life. I mean, these fingers were they were just thick.
Yeah.
Like man hands, like dwarf hands. They were they stuck with me. And then I remember Russillo making me get him 5-hour energies. I don't know why.
I was like, Trevor, meat lovers or this turkey? And he's like, yes, both of them.
Smash them together.
I remember our friend Cole Kublik talking about when they were in camp at Auburn years ago. All the offensive linemen would go to like all-you-can-eat buffets, and they finally got banned. Like, is there a situation where you used to be able to just eat as much as possible, and was there something like that?
Yeah. No, we not at Walk-Ons, but there was when I was in college, Hooters used to on Wednesday, they called it Wings Day. And it was like all you could eat wings maybe for like $20 or something. And I want to say it was like, maybe like $3 or $5 pitchers or something along that. And like this was like early my time at LSU. So like Herman Johnson was still there, just a giant individual, Saran, some of those guys. And we used to go every Wednesday and just go just go tear apart this Hooters. And then after like 2 months, they stopped the promotion.
You're probably the one. They had a rule you could only have 4 beers per customer. I don't know.
No, we never. If that was a rule, I was either blissfully or luckily unaware.
You probably enacted it.
I don't know if I've ever stopped at 4 beers in my life. Like you drink 2 or you drink 12. That's kind of how I roll.
On your new gig, Brandon Walker. I play the role of Brandon Walker on our show, and it's just I'm not this way in real life. It's just on the show. Is Brandon like he is in real life now that you get to spend time with him, or is that a bit on the show that he's as annoying and an asshole?
Is he an ornery, surly, grumpy old man?
Yes.
No, look, Brandon is a massive wrestling fan. Okay. And so he knows about being the baby face. He knows about playing the heel. And while there is some truth there, he's an intense guy at times, especially when he's maybe locked in or something. Like, no, he's kind of your classic gruff exterior with a heart of gold at the center, Like he wants to put up this thorny exterior, but then once you start to peel it apart, you realize, oh no, he's actually like a really good guy, really nice guy. And I think he's one of the key reasons why I ended up getting this opportunity at Barstool. So I'll always be in Brandon's debt.
When you got the gig, I mean, it's just a perfect marriage. I mean, T-Bob and Barstool. What is the experience behind the scenes? I mean, we all see the social media, and look, I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. But what's it like truly behind the scenes?
It is a lot of fun. It's a weird thing where like I know everybody wants to, a lot of times you assume that how the sausage is made, that yes, like all things social media, it's a bit fake, right? That what you're seeing is not maybe really what is going on. And there's elements of that in that, yeah, it's a job and it's high pressure and it's competitive and it's a lot of work. But I was really worried, I think, about like toxicity, like everybody trying to kind of climb over one another. And that has not been the case. Now it is competitive. Everybody's very creative. Everybody has a ton of ideas, but it's really been so collaborative and fun. And I don't want to I feel bad saying this because I don't want to. I guess what I'm saying is like I don't want to make people feel bad, but I don't know, dude. I feel like so I always had a massive fantasy. I grew up loving Harry Potter. Y'all know this. I know I'm a nerd. And every kid that has read that book has had the fantasy of what if a letter showed up in my mailbox and told me I was a wizard and now I get to go to magic school. And so about a month ago, I'm just sitting there doing, something around here. And I realized, oh my God, I'm living that fantasy. Like it literally feels like I got my letter to Hogwarts and now I'm going to magic school every day where there's just crazy stuff happening. Somebody has a bit, busts out a grill and starts cooking burgers in the middle of the hallway. You walk downstairs and Bert Keichner's like shirtless, taking shots. It's just like, there's just something. I mean, yesterday was Adam Freeland and Coach O chopping it up in the hallways, which is quite an interesting combination. So it's, I've gotten paid to do home run derbies. I got paid to dress up as a Star Wars character and play beer pong. I got I got to go to Omaha, and ride around in a giant 15-foot tiger float the entire time. I think that life, as you get older, it always comes in ebbs and flows, right? There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. And what I've learned is not to fear the downswings, accept the reality that they'll come whenever they do. But when you're in a good time, just lean into the gratitude and just be very thankful for the fact that you're really enjoying yourself. And so I am right now definitely in a moment right there where I am really enjoying myself and I'm very excited for what's coming.
Well, we're happy to hear that. You've always been part of our show and good to us, so we're very happy that it's worked out for you that way. And
thank you, man. You look. Huh? Yeah, I was gonna say, I love you guys. I love coming on here. I love that Alabama went 9-4 last year. I mean, that's
I knew it.
Yeah. That's the best.
All right, I'm going to credit Dunaway here, which I don't often do. He's the first person I heard say this, but it's become a bit of a narrative with LSU, T-Bob, so I want to get your thoughts on it. Breaking in an entire new offensive line in a place like Clemson at night, who's got the best defensive front in America, perhaps. I mean, how you played the positions there, how big of a challenge is that?
I mean, it's absolutely terrible. It's absolutely terrible. As you said, I don't think you could script a worst first matchup for a new offensive line than going against this Clemson front seven, this Clemson defense as a whole, now with Tom Allen at the helm, in their Death Valley at night, opening a season in which you've lost 5 season openers in a row. So no, I think LSU. I think they lose. I think they lose game 1. Is this also maybe am I doing like a subconscious reverse psychology thing? I mean, I picked him to win the opener 5 years in a row. I cannot do it as 6. When on paper, at least in the other games on paper, you could always make the argument that LSU was the better team. Sometimes it felt clear. Sometimes it was an argument. I don't think you can make that argument here. Now, they're both very good. They're close. But, I mean, Clemson is – if you talk about the most complete teams in the entire country, it's Clemson and Penn State. But Clemson leads the country in returning production. And returning production, we got to remember, guys, shout out Bill Connolly, love Bill. And he always writes about this. But returning production is not a stat that will tell you if a team will be good or not. What it does tell you, will a team improve or not? So when you look at how Clemson finished last year, the fact that they bring back everybody on both sides of the ball, well, I mean, dude, I don't see why they shouldn't be number 2 in the country, right there behind Penn State. So, yeah, I think I actually chose LSU to lose this game and then still go on a run and win the SEC.
When Brian Kelly took this job, I think we all agreed, wow, watch out. Because by now, going into year 4, Nick Saban, Les Miles, and Ed Orgeron had all won national championships. It's not like he's done a bad job, 10 wins, 9 wins. But LSU fans are like, what the hell's going on? And I don't think, and I brought this up yesterday, T-Bob, I don't think it helps that Marcus Freeman is having the success he's having at Notre Dame right now. But where do you think LSU fans are on BK right now?
I think it's not as loud, and to be fair, right now I'm not as tuned into the pre-camp cycle, so I'll just give you my read on it. But I think it's not as loud as a lot of kind of the outside view thinks it may be at this point. I think if you really are honest with LSU and about their results, 10-win seasons are very good, and they're not nearly as common as people think. And so I just say this in that, I think that, LSU doesn't operate with the expectations of an Alabama, Ohio State, or a Georgia right now. They want to get there. There's been times when they go on these national championship runs where you think they will get there, but they've never quite achieved that, right? I do think this has a sort of last stand sort of feel, and not from a firing standpoint, because there's just absolutely no way you can commit the money to the buyout. What would it be, like 50 million maybe after this year, even at 40, whatever. You just can't. Not in the age of NIL. That's insane. So not from a job security standpoint, but a final stand from a belief standpoint. And I've said this consistently, and I still abide by this. This LSU team is really, really good. Very, very complete. The offensive line is the biggest question mark. The only question mark, I guess, how good will the defense be? But they have a lot of talent on that offensive line. If you look, there is no excuse for a coach of Kelly's caliber, a quarterback of Nussmeier's caliber, and the cast of talent that they have assembled. This team has to make the playoff. If Brian Kelly does not make the 12-team playoff with this team, then I will never give him the benefit of the doubt before the season that he will again. Not say that he can't, but I will never say that I think he will, because this team looks to have that much potential.
Last time I saw you in person and shared a beer with you, you were singing Dixieland Delight in Dallas. Yep. What will it do to your psyche if Alabama all of a sudden is good again with a guy not named Nick Saban? Like if Alabama's a playoff team, like if Alabama is playing in the national championship game, what will that do to your psyche?
Look, man, see, this is what you Alabama fans don't understand. When you have suffering is the norm. So it doesn't do anything to you. It doesn't change the temperature at all. All it does is make the moments in which you break the yoke of oppression that much more enjoyable and that much more exciting. This is the constant thing that I'm always saying with Alabama, right? Y'all have nothing but pain because your norm is nothing but exorbitant success. So the bar is too high. Your brains are broken. They've been rewired to expect something that is incredibly hard to do. And yet for you all believe it's commonplace. You have the warped perspectives of a trust fund billionaire child. Okay? And those people are hard to hang out with. That said, I put Alabama in my playoff. I think we've overcorrected. I talked about this on Roughness the other day. I understand what last year was, but Alabama objectively has the second best roster in the country, maybe even first, right? Like we're just talking pure talent, right? And so to see them ranked 8th or 9th, wherever it is, to see them suddenly, they're going to lose 3 games. And look, I get why I do not believe in Ty Simpson. I think it's deeply, deeply humorous that Alabama fans are now counting on the guy. So everybody hated Jalen Milroe, and now they're all counting on the guy that could never beat out Jalen Milroe to be that much better than Jalen Milroe. And I get Ryan Grubb and everything, but there's a logical disconnect. There's some cognitive dissonance. But it's still Alabama. I still believe in Kalen DeBoer. I still think Kalen DeBoer is an incredible coach. Yeah, I think Alabama's going to be great. I think Alabama's going to make the playoff. I think Alabama could win the SEC. I think that this year will prove, because I know Kalen DeBoer is a good coach. So to me, Alabama this year will prove, does it even matter how good of a coach you are is what Nick Saban's shoes just too big to fill. He didn't leave a bad situation at all, but I don't think people just appreciate what it's like to follow up the literal greatest to ever do it. Even if you have the players, it's still so shockingly different from the culture that's existed in the past 15 years that maybe, I don't care how good you are, it just can't be done. And that's what we're going to kind of get some more insight to with DeBoer this year.
I'm going to assume you've seen Zach Krager's Weapons. It's right up your alley. Have you seen the movie yet?
No, dude, no. I really, really want to. I was trying to get my wife to go see it. We're still building our babysitter Rolodex. I went and saw, I tried to go see Superman, and then my kids got scared, and I had to miss like the last third of the movie. I'm still pissed about it.
I picture
Don't take them to Weapons.
I picture Barstool having like 20 very attractive 20-something-year-old girls. They can't babysit?
They do, but it turns out these young professionals, of which I'm very impressed by all the production crew here and everything. We got a ton of just, like you said, mid-20s guys, girls, and they just work their ass off. But they all live downtown. They all love to party. I'm in the suburbs. I'm riding a train an hour into work every day.
Are you really?
So they ain't working. They ain't making their way out to the upper Northwest where I am actually staying.
Yeah. T-Bob texted me this morning. He was supposed to be on at 9:30 originally. He's like, I'm going to have to do 10:30. It's going to take me an hour and a half to get to work today.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to drive today because my kids had their first day of school, so we dropped them off at the bus for the first time ever, which was awesome. But it meant that I had to get on the road in my car at about 8 or 8:20, which is just a death sentence.
Little different than Baton Rouge. Little different.
I mean, yeah, bro, it's the third biggest city in the country.
I know.
It's America's Constantinople, where East meets the West.
Well, hey, I got something fun you guys could do.
It's crazy. And the thing is, people don't appreciate how small Louisiana is. I think Louisiana as a whole is like 4 million people.
Yeah.
Right, New Orleans, if you include the metro area, is like 1 million, barely, I believe. So it's been a culture shock for sure, but it's cool, man. Like I said, I'm really loving it, and we got some really big news coming up that I can't quite talk about yet, but in a couple of weeks, it will all become clear.
Not that you need content, but what about an overnight scavenger hunt outside of Rate Field where the White Sox play?
I have not been to the South Side yet. I will make my way to a White Sox game eventually. I've been to Wrigley a couple times. That's been very fun. But here's the deal, man. Baton Rouge, I'm pretty sure, is top 5 murder capita in the country. New Orleans is, Monroe is. Like, it is what it is, man. It's city living. You got to know where you can hang out, maybe right. Where you can't. Like, I've never felt unsafe or anything. It's a beautifully clean city. That's just the nature of the beast. That's just the nature of stuff. It's just a city. It's just a city, man.
At T-Bob 53 is where you follow T-Bob. Big news coming up. I have no clue how they even guessed that. So I am excited to see what happens with T-Bob at Barstool. It's a perfect fit, and we're very, very happy for you, T-Bob. Always good to catch up with you, man. Thank you.
All right, boys. Love y'all. Thank you so much.